Hi guys, welcome to this week's video. So this week I'm going to be showing you guys a look on my client and friend, Jen. She has really curly hair and we want to put in some blonde highlights. So we're going to be doing it as a shadow root balayage because we want to have a lot of blonde in there, but she also wants a look that she can just grow out if she wants to, that she doesn't have to worry about redoing all the time. And now Jen has this beautiful natural head of hair. Her hair is completely virgin. So she's not somebody who's coloring all the time. Not right now. She has in the past, but right now she hasn't colored a ton. So giving her a look like this is going to be a lot more lower maintenance because she's not really interested in coming into the salon every 8, 10, 12 weeks. So we're gonna do this look on her. She can actually completely grow it out if she wanted to and not even have to worry about recoloring. And so that is the perk about putting in the application really well so we have a really nice fade from her natural virgin hair to her blonde highlights. This was a $315 service. The balayage highlights and the foils were $185, the toner was $45, and the haircut was $85 for a total of $315. These prices don't get picked out of the air, guys. This is based on a pricing formula, an exact pricing formula. If you guys want to learn that formula, head on over to our courses at the Master Hair Academy and learn our exact pricing formula and learn lots of cool stuff like that. All right, so we're ready to get started now. I want you to take a look at Jen's hair. So she has quite a bit of hair to the naked eye because it looks like it's big and full, but that's because of the curl. So actually Jen's hair is not super thick and dense. I would say it's maybe like fine to medium, but it's also a finer texture. So it's a finer texture curl. So that's gonna make a difference as well when you're putting the color in. We are gonna start by sectioning her hair into 4 quadrants. So she does like to throw her hair left or throw her hair right. That's kind of the fun about having big curly hair. So we're gonna do her color pattern right down the center and then right over the ears on both sides and then right in the back, split right down the middle. So Jen didn't know exactly what she wanted, and a lot of your clients won't know exactly what they want. So this is where the consultation process is the most important thing. When a client comes in and says, do whatever you want, I very seldomly do whatever I want. Just because your client is unsure exactly what they want, it doesn't mean they don't have preferences, but they just aren't sure yet what those preferences are. So that's your job as a stylist. So while talking to Jen, she knew she wanted blonde highlights. That's very general because blonde highlights could be very different. Could be 10 different looks to 10 different people. So I really had to break down what those blonde highlights look like for her. And so really there's 3 main things that are involved in choosing blonde highlights. So we need to figure out what color blonde, so that goes into how light of a blonde, what tone of blonde, and then we want to figure out how much blonde. So do you want to be a full head of blonde like me? Do you want to be half and half? Do you want to just see a little bit of dimension throughout, but mostly still be your natural? And then the last part is the actual color placement. Do you want to be blonde fairly close to the root like me? Or do you want to be blonde all the way to the root? Or do you want it just on the ends? And so these are all things that you have to figure out. We're going to start in the front sections first because that's where we want it lightest around the face. And then we'll work through the front sections and work our way into the back. Our first foil at the very bottom here is going to be a fine weave, okay? The reason why I'm going to start with a weave here is because if she's pulling her hair back, we do want to make sure that that line is diffused from her natural root to the blonde. The next foil I'm going to do, which is right on top of that, back to back, is going to be another weave where it's a little bit chunkier, okay? So this is going to be more on the medium weave size. So that means that the actual weave amount is a little bit thicker. I did 2 foils back to start the section because we want some flashes of blonde coming throughout. After that, we're going to skip a section and we're going to put a foil in, and this is just going to be a single foil. So we're going to be doing another weave in here, skip a section, and then a single foil, and then skip a section. And I'm going to be alternating between a medium, a little bit chunkier weave, and then a fine weave, foil through foil. And what I'm actually doing foil through foil is I'm actually really staggering the amount of roots that I leave. So we might have one that is this far from the root, one that's this far from the root, one that's this far from the root, and we're gonna do that foil through foil. So again, these are all little techniques to help you have a very diffuse line. We remember that she wants to have a natural root and she's growing for a long time. So when she's a solid natural like this, we're gonna need some transition color into the blonde that she has. So all these techniques are gonna help give us that nice transition. Once we're done that front section, we're gonna move to the other front section, okay? It's very important to do both sides in the front first and not go from this side to this side, because that means that this half of the head is gonna be lighter than this half of the head. Moving on to the back quadrants now, I'm going to start on the bottom of the section, working our way up, and I'm going to do an alternation of slice, skip a section, weave, skip a section, slice, skip a section, weave. So we're going to, again, really make sure that the color is very diffuse. We're painting very gently, but we want to have a lot of her natural color throughout, still kind of peeking through. So that's why I wanted to leave a section throughout. Once I get to the top above the occipital bone, the crown is where you really want to make sure the color is very diffuse. So I'm going to be putting in now back-to-back foils in our slice weave pattern. So it'll be slice, weave right on top, skip a section, slice, weave on top, skip a section, okay, until we get to the top of the head. And again, we want to make sure that top foil is a fine weave to finish, matching the look that we want on top. Now, sometimes you might want a little bit more dark in the back sections in the front, so you're going to accommodate that based on the look you are planning. We want the shadow root to be all fairly similar, so we're going to be putting it up fairly similar to our fine weave at the front sections. Now moving on to our last section, our last quadrant, we're gonna just make sure to mirror what we did on the last side on this side and work our way through and finish the foils. Now we are all complete. You can see how all her foils are looking in the hair. You can see that all the foils are not actually sitting in the same spot on the hair strand. Some are lower, some are higher, some are mid-strand, right? So that is, again, what we were talking about, staggering where you're putting the foils in. Once the blonde is processed and it's light enough, we're gonna take her to the sink and we're gonna take out all the foils, and then we are going to wash her out. I'm gonna get her toner on at the sink now, and we're gonna let that process. You can take a look here at some of the blonde toning out now. It's really beautiful. Once that's all processed, we're gonna wash her out. I'm going to be giving a rough dry to take out as much of the excess moisture as possible before we put the products in. We wanna take out probably about at least 50% of the moisture, but remember, with curly hair, you do not want to style it all the way to dry. The more you're playing with it over time, the bigger and frizzier and the more unruly it gets. So we are going to actually just style it a little bit, pop the products in, and we're gonna let it air dry. We're going to be putting in our Neven curl. So this is a hair defrizzer and a curl amplifier. This product is great for curly hair. It really moisturizes the hair, and it's a buildable product. So you can actually take a hair from super soft where you don't feel it at all to more of a stronger hold where you can actually feel the hold into the hair depending on the finish your client likes. We're now going to spray our Fix flexible working spray in there. This is a great hairspray to dry into the hair because it has a very soft finish, but it has good hold into it. So it's very good for curly hair to help defrizz the hair and keep it in the shape that it wants to be in. So I'm gonna let you guys take a look at it here as it sits, and then now I'm gonna show it to you once it's fully dry. Here you guys can see the hair fully dry, the curls look great. So we're getting really nice body out of it. Now you can really see the blonde highlights throughout. You can see the shape of her hair and how the color is sitting, and see, that is why it's important to have a little bit thicker of a weave in there when you're doing curly hair, so you can really see those blonde pieces with the dark. I'll let you take a look at the rooted look. So this is gonna grow in really nicely. We're gonna keep this natural color, and as it starts to grow, we're still gonna have that really nice diffusion, because look at this fade portion. It is perfect, and that's gonna grow out really, really well. I want to show you guys what this look is gonna look like straight as well too, because that's also really important. Even though your client might be mostly always wearing their hair curly, they might still wear it straight. So that's why it's very important to still make sure you have a really nice fade from the dark to the light. So I'm gonna take her to the sink, I'm gonna wash her out, and then I'm gonna round brush her so that you can take a look. Check this look out. It looks fabulous, straight, just as good as it does look curly. And so this is a look that is versatile, that she can wear both ways. So Jen absolutely loved this look. It was exactly what she was looking for. And so if you guys have any questions, make sure to leave a comment below. We love to hear from you. Hit like, hit subscribe. We're putting out videos regularly all the time. If you guys want to check out our products and our courses, go to naven.com. Our goal is to teach you something, teach you how to master your craft, master your business, and master your life, okay? So we got our courses all on our Master Hair Academy that you can actually sign up for free. And then our products are easy to stock and easy to sell. You will love them, your clients will love them, so go check them out. If you want to set up a professional account, you can do that from the website as well too. Try that look out for yourself, guys. Other than that, we will see you guys next time. Bye.